Hello, I am Carrie and I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today the topic is what is holding you back. So I just been feeling lately there's a lot of changes going on. Like I just feel really fast energy, change, new beginnings and endings. And sometimes when that is happening, we can kind of like sabotage ourselves and try to like hold ourselves back or like dig our feet into the ground because change can be scary. And I'm just noticing like sometimes the patterns that we have when we do it. And I was like, you know what? It is a good time to do a reading for what is holding us back. So that is what I have done. This is a pick a card reading. So we've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And let's just go ahead and get started. But first, I just got to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing, for watching these videos. Of course, I love to hear your comments or see your comments every time. Okay, so let's get started with pile 1. All right, pile 1. I already pulled some cards here, and the top card is going to show you what is holding you back. Cornucopia. Ooh. Could it be fear of success that is holding you back? Could it be that you have so much that you're not looking for more? Let's get more answers. So I went ahead and pulled 3 cards of clarification. Just going to pull these out. We've got the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. You know, this is funny because I really do see that this is fear of success. I don't know about you, but especially right now with all this stuff going on in the news, and I told myself I got to put my phone down, but it's hard because I'm nosy sometimes. But especially now going on the news, you see so many people, the things that they have done in the past are coming back around, and they're having to pay for the mistakes that they made in the past. And it can be kind of scary to see that because these people are very successful and very high profile. And it's like, whoa, it looks like that because they're successful, people are going after them. Like that could be a thought in your mind, or that could be something like a conclusion that you're coming to. Or you can just be noticing maybe even in your own real life how folks are getting like vilified for things that have happened, for things that they have done in the past, for mistakes that they have made, and it seems like nobody's perfect. Like literally, this is the energy that's coming to mind right now. But I do want to go ahead and say those things that happened in the past with those high profile people, those were not mistakes. Those were choices that they made. And it seems like they were repeatedly making those choices. So I just want to start there and say, like, this is a different type of energy, but you can literally be feeling that, like, oh my gosh, if I get successful, people are going to start digging up things in my past, and they're going to, like, start, what is it called? Persecuting me for the decisions that I've made. Like literally, you could be so afraid of what could possibly happen if you became successful that you don't even want to try to become successful. And it's so funny because I really see that, and I think that this is something that, you know, if you try, you will succeed. Like it's not even a question. You already know that if you do what it is that you feel like you should be doing with your life, or you feel called to do with your life, that you're going to be successful in it. But you have a lot of fear surrounding like what could possibly happen. Like we see this 5 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. It's just, to me, if you look at this 5 of Swords card, you see this guy, like he's winning. He's got all the chips in his hands, but the people that are around him are looking real down, real sad. Even the dealer over here, he looks like the dealer. Maybe he's not the dealer. I don't know. Anyway, everybody looks sad and upset, and this guy is winning. And maybe this has happened to you before, where literally, like, you were doing well in something, and your friends or the people that you love were all like, man, it ain't even that hard, no way. You ain't even that good anyway. You know how, like, people will just straight up be hating on you when you literally are just doing your own thing. Like, you're not trying to hurt nobody. You're just coming up to the table and you're winning. That's it. It's like you put in the work and now you're winning, and people are just hating on you. And so you really want to avoid that energy so much so that you're holding yourself back from succeeding. And it's so funny because I was watching something on Twitter today about, I don't know, you know how they have those random clips come up, and this guy was talking about how sometimes people's family members, like even when they're children, their parents can hold them back in life because they kind of like bully them for succeeding, or bully them for being smart, or bully them for having a talent. And so that kid learns to kind of like sabotage themselves or downplay their skills and gifts and talents. And that's what I feel right here is holding you back. It does not necessarily have to be something that happened in childhood, but these are the things that are popping in my head from what I was just like looking at these cards. Like, I'm like, oh, I can see these things and remember these things from when I was literally, I was just watching this stuff today. I love it. I love how things just pop back in your mind from when, like, the types of energies. Like, I didn't know I was going to do this reading today, and I watched those things, and it's like, yeah, this is relevant for this reading right now. It's just basically like things and fears that are coming up from things that you have not even experienced. That's basically just scaring you away from your cornucopia. It's like, I've got a fear of success. Like, I know that if I succeed, then these people are going to come for me. That's just a belief. I see that you have a belief in your mind here. And it's interesting because I feel like people who are cautious about success and cautious about protecting themselves and their energy, and very cautious about just wanting to make sure that if they do succeed, that they're a good example for the future. I feel like those are the people who need to succeed the most. The people who are conscious that, to whom much is giving, much is expected, much is required. And so they're not up here just, being irresponsible with their gifts, or irresponsible with the wealth that they get from the things that they have done. They're really thinking about this, and they're being conscious about this, and they're understanding, like, I can't just go out here and do what I want to do. I need to go out here and do what's best. Do what the best thing is, because I know the consequences. I know that I will be put up on this platform, and I know that I am going to need to be right now when I am zero. And not to say that you're zero, but right now when I haven't crossed that bridge over into success, this is where I need to be building these habits. This is where I need to start making sure that I am doing the right things. This is where I need to start looking at the right decisions to make. This is where I need to start building my tribe. This is where I need to go ahead and start getting these good habits of not just following the leader, but making sure that the things that I am doing are in alignment with me and the things that I believe in. Because I know that I'm going to have to answer for those at the end of the day. Like, I believe that those are the people who need to succeed. And that's what I'm seeing here when I look at this Three of Wands card. It says, planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. These to me are all directives telling you you are going to be successful in the future. You're seeing what these people who have been successful, if you're watching the news like me, who have been successful in the past, you see the decisions that they have made and where it's gotten them. It seems like they're going to be lonely in jail, or it seems like they might be, on trial for the rest of their lives, or it seems like they might have to run away from their life situations because of X, Y, and Z, and their whole family, they won't talk to them. Like, you're understanding, if you make those types of choices, you're going to get that type of energy that it comes with, like, comes attached to your abundance. But you're understanding, okay, if I start making the type of choices that are healthy for myself, for my family, for my future, then look at what type of abundance I'm going to be making. So I think it's just a different way for you to think about it. It's not that successful people are going to be, what is it called, vilified in public, or publicly thrashed or lashed. It's not that. It's that these people who are being irresponsible, who are not understanding that because they got great gifts, they're required to have great boundaries, great what is the thing that you believe in. Like, you need to be so in alignment with the things that you really and truly believe in, that when they do come for you, you are going to be able to say, understand my track record. This is where I came from. This is why these things were done. Instead of, running away, being afraid, being upset. Like, for you to be so in alignment with yourself that when and if people come for you, it's like, I did everything in the way that I wanted to do it. This is the perfect way to do it. For me, being myself, if you're going to come for me for that, then go ahead. Like, you're so unbothered about that because and you agree with the decisions you have made. You understand, like, I did this so I could do that. I learned this because I needed to go over here. And these are the things and the reasons why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. Like, you can stand behind yourself. You don't have to run away. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be shamed by anything that anybody says about you. And I think for you, that's important for you to know. It's like, you got to be on your own side and make your own choices and decisions. Don't move forward doing what people have done in the past, etc., etc. You got to do what you do. Stand behind your own stuff, because you are going to be successful. You are going to make it. You're going to cross over in that bridge, and just make sure you're in alignment with yourself and your own beliefs. I think sometimes, especially people who are doing outlandish things. I just cannot stop thinking about the news. People who are doing outlandish things, they're following behind someone else who has done that and gotten away with it. Someone else who has done it and gotten away with it. And then someone else who's done it and gotten away with it. Like it's like a path, like a pattern that has been followed. They did it, it's okay. But when you know in your gut and your heart and it's not okay, it's not good, then you're not going to be doing those things. You know better, and you're going to do better. Like, that's all I'm getting for you, Pile One. The thing that's holding you back is that fear. But understand that those folks are like way out of alignment with themselves, with human nature, with the Mother Earth. Like, they're just out of alignment. And what's done in the dark must come to light. Like, I think that's something that's pretty commonly known. And even if you have done dark things in your life, you don't have to stay there. And you don't have to pretend like you were perfect either. I think there is a pathway that you can be yourself. You can have learned your lessons, and you can still be successful. You can stand on that, and you can even talk about it. So I just want to get some cards of advice. This is from the Four Agreements Oracle deck. For you, Pile One, so you can move past this blockage. I do want to say no one's perfect. No one is expected to be perfect. Okay. Ooh, I like it. Be impeccable with your word. Become a white magician. This is interesting, this image. It says, all the magic you possess is based on your word, and you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. I love it. I feel like it's literally talking about transmuting energy. Become a white magician. Oh gosh, how do I even approach this? So I was talking about fear of success and feeling that people are going to come at you because of, I guess, maybe just feeling that people are going to come at you for being successful because it could have happened when you were younger. Like someone saw that you were doing great at something and they were just hating on you. And you see it happen around you in real life and in the news, where folks lose all their friends, or they get, like, people kind of change up on them when they get successful. They want all these things from them, right? This saying be impeccable with your word. I feel like sometimes when you become successful, and I don't know, because I can't say that I'm not Oprah status, right? But I have come up when it comes to people in my, like, people I grew up with. And I feel like sometimes you can be tempted to, like, lower yourself, or you want to just give away your money to the people who seem to want it from you because you kind of feel guilty. It's like survivor's guilt or survivor's remorse. But instead of doing that, instead of feeling bad and feeling guilty, like, it's literally talking about you standing up for yourself and saying, hey, I got this far because of these things, because of the habits that I had. I got this far because of, X, Y, and Z. I put in this work and these are the things that I got out. It's kind of like helping those people who are being haters or whatever understand, like, you can do it too. I feel like sometimes people do hate on you because they think that you got something that they don't got. And it's like, nah, look at this hard work I've put in. When folks come to you and say, oh, you just got it, like, because of your parents, because of da-da-da-da, like, no, it's like, no, look, these are the things that I've done. This is the work I put in. Look at my track record. If you want to come for me, really come for me. And the thing that you should be doing right now is be looking at yourself and understanding why it is that you need to come over here and talk to me about this stuff when it's clear that you're unhappy with your own life, because you saw me in the beginning. We were at the same place, and you see me in somewhere completely different, but you're still in the same spot. Like, not even dissing them or anything, but just being like, hey, you can do it too. Like, stop being over here counting my blessings when you have your own blessings to pay attention to. So I really feel like it's like you cast spells all the time with your opinions, and that's some of the things that people are doing to you and for you. But that does not mean that you have to believe in the things that people are saying. Not at all. You can manifest your own life, and it's saying you can put a spell on someone or you can release someone from a spell. Understand that those people who are hating on you or those people who are wanting to hold you back or even sue you, you know how people can do all kinds of things when they're jealous. Understand that you have the power to also release them from that. Not to say that it's your job, definitely not. But I also don't feel like it's your job to follow them down into that, like that dark hole of where their mind is, right? Just understand that there's something else that they are believing in that has nothing to do with you. It's like I see that you believe that you can't do it too, and so you will never get there if you don't believe that you can. I mean, just use me as an example and see where I've come. We came from the same place. You can do it too, just in your own way. So I think that there's no need to fear success. I think especially now if you haven't made it yet and you're still having, like you're already having these fears, it's a really good time for you to work on your white magician powers. It's a really good time for you to start, even for yourself, transmuting some of those beliefs that you have around success, what it will bring, and whatever sadness or loss that you'll think you'll have associated with that. And even being like realistic and trying to understand and see, it's like, okay, in my past these things have happened, or I have seen these things happen in the news. Am I doing the same things that those people were doing in the news? Am I even trying to achieve the same types of things? Let me actually try to like look at some real life examples of what others who are trying to do what I'm doing, are going through or are doing, and some of the actual challenges that I could be possibly facing, rather than worry about what coulda, shoulda, woulda, if these certain circumstances happen. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's too much focus on the negative, and there's many great things that could be happening for you, Pile One. You can make it through. You do not have to believe people when they say things about you, or when they say things about others. It's just you have. Like I just saw this ribbon opportunity. You have this opportunity to do great things, but it's only you that's holding yourself back. All right, Pile One. We're going to move on to Pile Two. Okay, Pile Two. So this first card is going to show us what's holding you back. And then we got some clarifying cards. So what's holding you back? Adjacent possibilities. So maybe you're having trouble making up your mind. You don't know exactly what you want, or you got some distractions in the way. Let's look at these clarifying clarifying cards for some clarification. Ooh, Major Arcana. So we've got the Eight of Swords, the Empress, and the World. Pile number 2. So this is going to tell us what's holding you back. I kind of feel like for you, you think that there's too many obstacles in the way. You kind of think that it's going to be hard for you to overcome these obstacles. Let me just pick this up. The illusion of entrapment, a lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action, take responsibility for your life now. I think you think that there's too many obstacles in your way and you cannot overcome the obstacles, which is interesting when I see adjacent possibilities, because in this card you see this door. It's like a door in the floor. There's doors everywhere. It's like, oh no, there's so many ways enemies can come for me, or there's so many ways that I could fall through or fail, and you're kind of like getting overwhelmed from that. But the truth is, it's like there's so many ways you could succeed. There's so many different opportunities that are going to come your way. That's when I see the Empress, because the Empress, she's that girl. She's got everything. She's got the money, power, respect. She's got the look. She's got the opportunities. She's got like the people on her side. Like she's got everything. I love this because it's like, take responsibility, take action. I see. It's like I feel like you are using an excuse of, oh, there's too many, it's too hard, there's too many obstacles, or I can't do it like that, or oh my God, look at all this. Like I just feel like there's all these excuses for you, and you're not just taking charge of your life and choosing to do whatever you want to do. Like you could want to be a hairstylist, but you're like, oh, there's too many different styles. I can't learn all those. Oh no, I'm not even gonna start. Like that kind of energy. And not to even say I'm laughing or picking at you at all, because that is valid. Sometimes we can get overwhelmed, but that's where it comes into mind for us to actually take charge over our lives. Like there are too many styles out here. There is so much like different ways to do people's hair that I'm looking at, but I don't need to look at all that. I just need to be concerned with what I want to do. I got into being a hairstylist because I love, 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 love coloring hair. I love dyeing hair different colors. I love, how you can mix and match your own colors to make this own unique color that only one person in the world has. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you would need to focus on the things that you want to do. You don't have to worry about all these other opportunities, possibilities out there. I like colored hair, so I'm going to color and dye hair. I'm going to be the person who is expert in that, and I'm going to learn all about that. So I'm just going to have that as my niche, and I'm not going to worry about everything else. That would be the attitude that you would need to have, rather than getting overwhelmed by all the different opportunities and possibilities and things that you could possibly learn. Like, you could be a really, really smart person too, because I feel like really smart people are concerned about the bigger picture. Sometimes it is hard to focus in on a single thing because you want to know every single thing there is to know about everything. But in this case, it's holding you back from doing what it is that you truly want to do. And what you truly want to do is focus in on one thing. I mean, maybe not one thing, but like a subset of things. It doesn't have to be every single thing. I do feel like sometimes we can just get ourselves overwhelmed, especially if we're just doing research. We're trying to figure out what's out there. Sometimes it's better to go within rather than looking without. And I think that could be super helpful for you, pile number 2. And it's interesting because we've got the world here, which is a very expansive energy. It is like an energy of going without. But I think instead of you seeking without, it's the way that you're putting things on the outside. It's like you came within yourself, you found your thing, and you started doing it. And now you are putting it out there for the masses. It's like that type of energy. Like, because we're talking about what is holding you back. It's kind of like something that's stopping you from even getting started. But once you do get started, it's like you will not be able to be stopped, especially with the mindset that it seems that you have, because you're already being concerned about the bigger picture, right? But because you're going to zoom in onto your subset of things that you care about and things that you truly believe in, that's what's going to help you open the door to success. This card says a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment. Freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself, because it's going to be something that you have created for yourself, like your own lane, because you were not worried about what everybody else is doing. You're focused in on your own thing. All right, pile number 2. I'm going to get some cards of advice. How do we deal with these adjacent possibilities that are slowing down pile number 2? So I'm getting advice cards from Four Agreements Oracle deck. Let's see if we can just get one. Advice for pile 2. It's too many. Whoa. Just one. Okay. Hey, I love it. The advice is always do your best. Take your life and enjoy it. I know that's right. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to be. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. Oh, well said. So pile number 2, you might be worried about what they're going to think. Am I going the right path? Am I doing it right? Like, all those kinds of things they could be going through your mind, especially when it comes to adjacent possibilities. Like, okay, but what about this door? What about that door? Like, you can be getting overwhelmed about making a choice. And the thing is, it's like, take your life and enjoy it. Do what makes you happy. You're going to go through this door because this door is green and my favorite color is green. So I'm going to go through this green door. That is a valid way to choose something. It's just saying, take your life and enjoy it. If you're going to make these choices in your life, make sure that they are in alignment with you, because it's your life. So do what you want to do and enjoy that thing. Be happy with it. Just says to take a risk and enjoy your life. It's like, is life, I don't even want to say that. Like, how do I want to say this? Our lives are a creation of all of our choices that we make. And I think one of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm down, is to look back on all the choices that I made over my life and to see how uniquely me they are. Because I don't necessarily choose the same thing everybody else chooses. I choose the things that I like, that align with me. And when I look back over my life, I want to see like the person. It's like you can see who you are by the choices you've made. Even back when I was back in high school and elementary school, I would make the same types of choices because I'm me, and this is a carry choice that I'm making here. So you can see who you are by the choices you make, and that is what you could use to create your own life. It's like I'm creating my life by doing what I want to do because this is going to make my life mine, uniquely mine. I'm not going to sit and worry about what everybody else is going to do. I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to enjoy it. That is the advice for you, pile number 2. Very exciting. Okay, we're going to move on to pile 3. Okay, pile 3. This top card is going to say, show what is holding you back. And we have financial constraints. So you could literally have financial constraints, but I have a feeling this is a mental like construct in your mind, like when it comes to your money making ability, or even how you feel, like if you feel worthy or not. Let's get some clarifying cards. So we've got the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. What is holding you back, pile 2? Sorry, pile 3. I love it. Pile 3. It is definitely a mindset thing because you're certainly already abundant. It is so funny because I've never seen this card in this way, but look at this cabinet. This cabinet is gorgeous. It's a little dusty. It's got some cobwebs on it, but that thing is nice. If you have a home that has a cabinet like this in the house, do you really think that you are financially constrained? Because this is something that a wealthy person is going to have in their house. Yes, it's not full of coins, but wealth is not necessarily, at least in my mind, physical. You don't necessarily have to have the coins, but if you have the ability to make these coins, I mean, that's all you need. If you can walk out with nothing on you but your clothes and go out there and make this money, like, is that not wealth? So pile number 3, you have a mindset, something with your mindset is holding you back. And I think this is actually holding you back from getting to the next level. You've already achieved some things. You already got this real nice cabinet. It might be empty right now, but that could be like the drawdown before the real build up. And that's what I'm saying with this 2 of Wands. It's like you want to, it's like the next frontier is what I'm hearing. You want to move forward into the future and you want to do something that you've never done before. You might even have a lofty goal, like you want to be a billionaire. So freaking bad. Sorry. But you don't have that billionaire mindset yet. But the thing that you do have, pile number 3, is you already have the ability, like you already got the wealth. You have the ability to make this money. It's just whether or not you believe in it and that whether or not you're going to set yourself up for success because of this mindset that you have. And so it's only your mindset that's holding you back. It's nothing like there's nothing material around you. It's not like there's no cash flow. It's not like it's just your mindset, literally. That's all I see this causing this financial constraint. So I see that here. It's like you're seeking, you're looking, you're wanting to figure out what the answer is. You're probably like putting feelers out here, left, right, front, back, center. And I think the thing for you to know, I feel like I'm skipping ahead to the advice, is you are the wealth. You're the wealth. Pile number 3. So go ahead and start thinking bigger so that you can achieve bigger. You've already have the skills. It's like the formula is already within you. The secret sauce is already there. You just need to activate it, and you activate it by choosing the direction in which to go. We already got the 10 of Pentacles. We already have the Queen of Pentacles. She's already like in dominion over everything. Like she's in control. She's got her Pentacles. It's already set up for her. She just needs to make sure it keeps running smoothly. And I feel like for you, pile number 3, especially if you've already started something, like you maybe have your own business and you're like, I want to be more successful. It's up to you. Like the same things and the same skills that you used to get that business going is what you're going to use to continue to make it grow even bigger and bigger and bigger. You still have those gifts, skills, and abilities. Maybe you're sitting here thinking, I got to get a consultant, I got to get investors, I got to do X, Y, and Z. No, you need to sit there and come up with the secret sauce. Like, do your formula again. You already have the sauce first time, but this sauce was geared towards making $1 million, but you want to be a billionaire, so you need to get $1 billion idea, and it's up to you to do the same. Like, it's like, that's what I'm thinking when I see this Ten of Pentacles and this Queen of Pentacles. You're not changing anything significant. You're not needing to bring in, I mean, maybe you of course are going to bring in more employees or whatever if we're talking about having your own business, but it's something that you know how to do, something that you are going to put your foot forward in doing. Even if it is getting new investors or whatever, you already know how to do that. Like, it's going to be something that you've done, and you're going to scale it up. I don't want to mislead you, especially if you're having your own business, to say, oh, you just keep doing the same thing that you've already been doing. I certainly don't want to mislead you into saying that, but I really feel like it's an energy of a mindset change, in that you're just going to believe in yourself. And you're going to believe that you can make this $1 billion over making $1 million. And then you're going to move forward on the ideas that you're getting. It's not that you're going to have someone else come in and take over everything and fix it for you. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at right now. It's like you already know how to do it. It's just you executing, figuring out a way and direction, and trusting in yourself and knowing that you can do it. It doesn't have anything to do with any outside energy. It's like, I know how to do this. I can do it. I believe in myself, so I'm going to go and do it. That's the type of energy that is required for you if you want to level up, in whatever way. Of course, this does not have to be business, but I just kind of see that because I feel like it's a new frontier. It could also be a new relationship. It can also be a new way of seeing yourself in this life. You know, you might have been a teacher before, and now you want to go out there. You want to be a surfer. You want to professionally surf. Guess what? You can. Just like you became a teacher, you can become a professional surfer. You just have to believe in yourself and go do it. Like, that is the type of energy I'm talking about. That's what's holding you back. Just believing in yourself. You already know how to do things. It's just you doing them and sticking to it. Okay, let's get some advice. For pile 3, advice for what's holding them back. For pile 3, you got this, pile 3. That's what I'm hearing. It's very much just do it energy. Just do it. All right. Don't make assumptions. That's your card. These cards are from the Four Agreements Oracle deck. Yours is learn to ask questions. It's always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you're clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite ones. Don't make assumptions, because you are wanting to go through this new frontier, but you don't know. Like, it's like you're unclear as to whether or not you can do it. Don't make assumptions and think, I can't do this because it's, $1 billion. I'm just me. How am I going to make it there to the next level? Or I'm just a teacher. How am I going to be a professional surfer? I'm, 40 years old. That's too old to be that. Those are assumptions. You don't know the truth, because have you tried it? Have you done it? Have you put the steps and process in? No. You're assuming that those things are going to be true. Oh, I'm 40. I can't go out here and surf. My body can't take it. That's an assumption. You don't know. So I really feel like this advice is telling you, have the courage to ask questions, but because you're asking questions of yourself, it's like you're going to have to try. It's like you're going to have to do little experiments. Like, okay, can I learn how to surf at my age? Let me go take some lessons. Okay, yes, I learned that I can learn how to surf. Okay, next, what is the question? Can I surf the big waves? Because those are the ones that people have, do for the competitions and whatnot. Okay, let me start, progressively getting to bigger and bigger waves. And then you'll be starting to ask your questions of your body, like, okay, can my body handle this impact? Can I hold my breath long enough? Can I swim out there like I need to swim out there? Like those, you're going to start getting the answers to the question and it's going to start forming reality. Like you'll be able to see the truth because of you answering all these many different questions when it comes to, can I do this? Do I have enough? Do I blah blah blah? Like whatever your question is for whatever it is that you want to do, you cannot make assumptions. You got to start getting out there and doing it, and then you'll know. If people tell you that you can't, I don't know what people tell you can't do. There's a lot of stuff. You can't do that by yourself. If people tell you that, well, how are you gonna know unless you don't try? Like you have to try it first. Like, okay, I can't do this by myself, but let me do this by myself. Can I do that? Oh, I can. I can and did. Next thing, oh, can I do that by myself? Yes, I can and did. Okay, let me try this one. And then you're gonna figure out and understand what your actual limits are, and what you can do to succeed, and how you can do it, and what skills you do and do not have. Like you have to try it so that you'll know the answer. That's the only way you're gonna know. Basically, you can do it. I already see this here in the cards. You do have the ability. You've already done it once. You're just leveling up, doing it on a bigger scale. So it's pile number 3. Just change your mindset. And if you cannot just magically change your mindset, give it a try. Try step 1 first and see how that works. And then try step 2. See how that works. All right, pile number 3. That is your reading. I'll see you all in the next one.